Hey, beautiful. Now, the reason I'm even saying this in a message is because you need to know. Inspiration and all of these other things and these ladies that I'm asking that people step up and try to be like them isn't because I want you to be them. But what they do and how they do it is unique. And essentially, if I don't have somebody in my life that has that ability to bring forth their own personality and their own style to things, then it's going to be very easy for me to forget why, and I don't want to ever forget why. I only live once, and I want to make sure that I know exactly every time that I look into my woman's eyes that there's no doubt in my mind why I'm with her, because I know that she loves me and that I love her, and that we are never ever going to be apart to a point where I have any doubt that she's going to be faithful or unfaithful. I don't want to question the woman that I'm with. I want to know that when I'm with her, that that's the one for me. Now, if you can step up and be as brave and as bold as these ladies that I'm mentioning, and you can bring the independent woman alive, then by all means, call me. I'm sure your people will be able to find my number. I'm not difficult to track down. And I'd be quite glad to talk, because even if we don't hit it off and find that, that perfect match, I need inspirational women around me. If I don't have beautiful, talented people around me, then I go back down that road of childish behaviors and stupidity and just no, never again. If I am going to have anybody in my life, they need to be responsible, they need to be loving, caring, nurturing, and they've got to be able to help me through my hard times, because I'm not a wimp, but at the same time, to a lot of people, I'm a lightweight. I've never been a lightweight my entire life. But the rest of the people around me look at me like that, because to them, I'm not going out doing gangster stuff, shooting people, making drug money. I'm not, breaking my back at some ditch digging job, making 20 or 30 bucks an hour. Right now, I'm not doing anything. So the rest of the world, they look at me like I'm just a child. And you can obviously see that I'm not. The direction that I go is directly proportionate to the person that I'm going down that road with. Now, if I'm going to be in, say, Katy Perry's dressing room, having to give her baby wipes because she's worried about the crowd, then I'll empty the entire arena and get her into the bathroom if she really wants to. But then there's people like Rihanna who are so fierce that she'd ride through the crowd on a motorcycle, kick him in the chops half the way, and when she gets up on stage, laugh at it all, and then go back to her singing. Like the fierceness of one person does not negate the talents of another, and every single one of the ladies that I'm talking about are independent and strong for their own reasons. Now, I'm completely glad to know who I know, and I'm thankful to God for the fact that I got to know any of them. But when a lady steps up, she has to be independent. She has to be strong. She has to be assertive, even somewhat aggressive, so that when I know that she wants me, I know that she wants me. There's times when my head shuts right off, and I'm just sitting there trying to relax and trying not to think about all the stresses, and I'm just in a meditative state. And, a cuff upside the head, or a nudge on the shoulder, a punch in the arm, or something to get my attention sometimes is required. And if you're this passive little sweet innocent thing, and you're looking at me like, oh, he's this big, burly, scary dude, you and I will never get along, because I can't be with somebody that, looks at me as this big, scary dude. I'm big and scary to a lot of people, but If you don't know that I'm not going to hurt you, you shouldn't be with me because, if you think that I would hurt you in any way, shape, or form, it's only because A, you've got malicious intent and you're worried about getting hurt because you want to hurt me, or B, because you're afraid of me because of my size or whatever. And either way, that shows that you have negative opinion about me or that you're not brave enough to be around me. Either way, both of those things aren't me, they're you. So, that's when it comes down to an opinion problem and how you view me. And if you view me like that, I'm questioning why. And at the same time, if you're going to view me like that, then why would you want to be with me and not with somebody else that's going to make you feel better? Like, if I'm really that bad for you, why are you with me? I don't ever want to have that conversation, ever. So when I deal with people, I want them to be strong and independent and taking care of themselves and knowing that they're probably going to have to take care of me in a lot of ways because I am a disabled person. Most people look at me like I'm completely competent. Well, I have a lot of things that I'm capable of doing, but there's a lot of things that I'm not because of the fact that I have disabilities. Now, you might say, well, he's a strong, forthcoming young man. Yeah, most of the time. There's times when I'm just sitting around and like I said, I'm just not really with it. If I'm out driving or on a motorcycle or doing something that requires my attention, it's always got my attention so that I'm always turned on and I'm always go, go, go. When I shut down to meditate and relax, there are times when my brain is so shut off that you're wondering how my heart's still beating. So to have somebody around that needs to get my attention and not be afraid to do so at any time because they know that they're tougher than me or stronger than me or just braver than me, I need that. I need to have independent women in my life. I need the woman to be able to say, well, yeah, I know that you don't work with finances very well. Don't worry, I got the check. I need somebody in my life that is more responsible than me because otherwise I'm never going to learn to be responsible. Do you understand? That independent woman means she's already responsible. I mean, she's not going to let me be irresponsible. And if she does, it'll be in small doses because we're playing. I get that. You can't be responsible 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. But responsibility is responsibility. I mean, if you've got to be responsible, you've got to be responsible. I'm trying to be as responsible as possible, and it's not going to work around people that are not independent and not responsible already. That is why I'm looking for an independent woman. That is why I'm looking for somebody that I love and care about. Now, Katy Perry, there's a whole world that loves her. So essentially, unless somehow I manage to get past that big, giant lineup, I don't even know if she's ever going to know I exist. So praying for that is one thing. Making it happen, completely different story. Marcy? Oh, Marcy. Brave soul. Number one person in my life to ever, ever, ever be just brave. Like everybody else in the world looking at me like I'm this big, fierce guy and, everybody's afraid of me. And she didn't care. She came to see me anyways. And that, to me, she was responsible. She was brave. She's attractive. She's successful. She meets every qualification that I could ever possibly want in a woman. Only problem is I'm madly in love with Katy Perry, and how do you differentiate between two gorgeously talented, beautiful women when you're single and essentially you've got tons of people that don't fit that criteria, and you finally find one that's bold enough, and she goes about her day like that you were just another dude. I don't know. It's tough to explain, but now I know that it's easy to explain in regards to what I'm looking for in a woman, and that is successful, talented, independent, responsible, and all of the things that are going to make a good mother for my child. And I don't have any children yet, but I don't want to have kids with somebody that's irresponsible. It's kind of a security thing, you know. I don't have time to pamper little girls anymore and make them feel like they're going to be the ultimate mommies when they haven't got their crap together. I mean, that's another reason why I'm trying as hard as I can to get my crap together, because I know a lot of women that are like looking at me going, is this guy got his crap together? Well, if I can't say yes to that, it's going to make that whole situation 1,000 times harder. So I want to make it as easy for everybody as possible by telling all the ladies out there that are not independent, strong, successful women to not even step up, because I'm not looking for a fling. I'm looking for my baby mama, my wife, my best friend, my everything. So if you think that you're qualified to fill that position, by all means, get a hold of me. We'll talk. We'll go out for coffee, and at some point or another, we'll get to know each other. But if you can't meet, the basic qualifications, work on it. It's the bottom line.